Guys, welcome back. We appreciate that you've stayed with us. And again, we're here with Mr. ADREIN King, aka the incomparable DJX. And I say all these good words because you deserve flowers. You were, as I just said earlier, you're part of Toronto's foundation. You brought a lot to the city. You've done a lot for the city. And so you deserve to totally be celebrated. So I'm, again, very excited about this interview. And again, happy that you're here with us. While we got you here, would you mind shouting out Hip Hop Festival, and if you wouldn't mind?
Yeah, big up Hip Hop Festival, the Down to Earth podcast. Yeah, you gotta check that out, man.
Thank you, much appreciated. So some other things that I want to talk to you or go back to is you talked about production, and one of the things that I've seen in the production that you've done is you were a composer for CBC's documentary Drop the Beat. How did that come about?
Interesting. So, I mean, I was a producer. I was producing records early, like, I don't know, probably early 90s. That show was a little later on in the 90s, I think, like towards the, like later on, 96, 97, something like that. Mm-hmm. And so I heard that the show was happening because I think at the time Mishi was on my show with me too.
Right.
And she was one of the stars in that TV show.
Right.
So I knew that it was happening, and I was wondering who the hell was doing the music for it. And they were talking to me at the time because a lot of that show was modeled after my radio show. So
wow.
Yeah, I mean the sets, like everything about it. So they had talked to me, and they were just around all the time trying to figure out what they were doing with their show. So I knew the producers, these two women, and they actually wanted, I don't know if you know Doc, but Doc is a producer from Toronto. Actually, I'm not even sure if he's originally from Toronto. I think maybe originally from the States somewhere, but his name is Doc. He did all the Estero stuff.
The what stuff?
Estero.
What's that?
Artist, it's
an artist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Female singer named Estero.
Okay.
She's interesting because her stuff was like super, super cool. Like she was like an artist. Like artists used to love her.
Right.
And so he did all that stuff. He also, if I'm not mistaken, was the one who kind of discovered The Weeknd.
What?
So
wow.
He did like a lot of the House of Balloons record, which is like his very first record.
Right.
I don't even know if it was a record, it was a mixtape or whatever.
Like Drake, when he did the mixtapes back and before Drake was Drake. Yeah.
So don't quote me on that, but
right.
He had definitely produced a lot for The Weeknd in the beginning, and some of the stuff later on.
Wow.
And so they wanted him, and for whatever reason that didn't work out. And I was right there, and they didn't want me. Actually, I begged them.
No.
I begged them to like be on that, and they were like, "Okay, we'll give you a chance." They put me with this other guy, so
wow.
This other like actual TV like scorer.
Right.
Composer,
Right.
That would do all the like very technical like ambient type stuff.
Right.
You know, that when there's these tense moments and all these different things happening. And then I brought the hip hop element to it, but that's basically how it came together.
And was it a great experience for you? So let me say this, was you were already producing, so this just is aligning with what you were already doing.
Yes.
Producer wise, because if you, let me say this, you produced for Guru prior to this.
No, I can't even remember. I'm horrible with time.
Yeah, me too.
Whether that was before or after.
Yeah.
But no, it was very difficult. So,
wow.
First of all, you couldn't use samples.
What do you mean? So
going on television, and they didn't have the budget to clear the samples.
Okay, got you. I want you to explain. I know what that means.
All the hip hop back in those days was all sample based.
Right.
Tribe Called Quest.
Right.
And Guru and De La Soul.
Right.
I mean,
everybody.
This goes on.
Everybody. The whole of Wu-Tang. Yeah.
Stuff that wasn't sampled.
Right.
Was like the West Coast stuff. And I guess maybe the down south stuff was popping, but we didn't know anything about that.
Right.
So I had to come up with an authentic hip hop sound for this show in the 90s when I couldn't use the elements that a producer would use to create those.
Okay, I understand what you're saying now.
That was super difficult. And then the other thing is now it had to sync to picture and to moments in the TV show. So that was very different. Like, it's different producing a record than it is producing like a piece for a television show.
Right.
Like, it has to have a certain feel and
right, because it's a lot of working wheels that have to work together. Yes.
It all has to work together. It has to be the right feel for the scene, or else it doesn't feel, makes the picture wrong. And
right.
So yeah, it was a crazy learning curve, extremely difficult.
But you got through it.
I got through it. Yeah, it's like, I don't think it was the best work, if I'm honest.
Right. But give yourself credit, because
I do.
It's a first experience.
I do,
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it was.
You could have did better. That's what you're saying. Yes.
It was difficult for them. Like, it was just difficult all around. Like, it.
But they stuck it out with you. You know what I mean? And do you think that led to other opportunities, or was it just, as you said, producing a record and producing TV are completely two different elements?
Different.
It was more of a learning experience.
There was some stuff that I was doing, like there were like freestyles on the show and stuff like that, where I had to produce beats for that. Like, that was easy stuff, you know. But did it lead to other opportunities? Not that I can think of, you know. There has never been another like hip hop based television show.
That's true.
In the history that I know of.
That's true.
Since I've been here anyways.
But you know what? You're not I wouldn't put you in a box as a producer. It's different if you love a genre. Yeah. But you're right. You could go and produce music. You can produce different shows, different types of music, and, you know, open up that.
I could have gone in that direction, but I didn't.
Your love is DJing.
Yeah, for sure it is. But like, those are two different things. Like, I did many other things after that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things that I love, which is maybe good or bad, you know?
And do you feel that as we, get older, feel of music, how you DJ, has that changed for you?
Oh yeah, big time.
And what would be something that has changed for you that you can tangibly talk about? Like
confidence.
That you have more confidence.
1000%.
What? So even back in the day while you were DJing,
nervous as fuck most of the time, not knowing what the fuck I'm doing.
But
excuse my language.
No, you can swear. Listen, we grown.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, we grown. You can swear. I appreciate the respect, but I mean, if you need to talk about it, that's how it comes out. Then you're expressing how you're feeling.
I'm being real.
Yeah, but that, you know what though, it has. Again, I'll say this, and I'm going to say this to the kids. I mean, this man is, again, flowers, foundation, and he said it himself. And I get nervous too. I'm excited, but I'm nervous because I want to make sure I'm asking him the right questions. And he was nervous DJing every time. So that goes to show you that you just got to continue, and you will find that little niche, and you will find that space for yourself. And that's a good thing, that because your confidence now, it goes out other ways as well, whether it's your children, your family, your job, because you're standing in that. Because it's like me with the hip hop. I am not a producer. I am not a DJ. I just started emceeing, but you can't tell me about hip hop, because it's not just the music I love, it is the foundation of it all, and the facts and all the good stuff. Like me seeing Big Noid for the first time with Mobb Deep,
right.
Based off, tell us the record name, because I'm horrible at it.
Oh, I can't remember.
Is it okay? Whatever Big Noid is on with Mobb Deep. Let me tell you, one of the best experiences I've had. I feel like that man is super underrated, and he came here.
Okay.
Yeah, he came here, and it was such a good. Yes, thank you. It was such a good performance, and for him to show up 20 years later, you know. So the other thing I want to talk to you about is their music, maybe a couple of songs that you just don't like playing.
Shook Ones. Anything Wu-Tang.
Wait, what?
Can't stand Wu-Tang.
What? I'm
Can't stand.
having a heart palpitation.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Never been a fan. I got in a fight with Method Man. An argument in New York City.
No. Oh my God. I am like,
But that's not the reason I'm not into them. They're just not. They just don't appeal to me.
well, you know what? Right. Everybody has their different
Nothing against
opinion.
them. Here's the thing, because I am who I am, I know what they represent. I know what they mean.
Right.
I know how to use it.
Right.
It's
Right.
just not my personal taste.
Well, that's okay because it's music, right? And there's certain people, you're absolutely right, that I just don't, I'm just like, I'm not sure why you continue to rap. But
Yeah.
guess what? There's the opportunity and there's people overproducing, over editing. And then you come out and you're like, okay.
I went to
and,
their
you know,
concert recently to see
Which
how
one?
they feel differently.
Which one? Last year?
Yeah.
The last
Scotiabank.
tour? I was there
It
too.
was weird watching them at Scotiabank. I was like, this is weird.
Why? Because of your, you
That's
don't
not
really.
hip-hop. Like, hip-hop's not Wu-Tang's not stadiums to me. Wu-Tang is like some grimy, like,
So you really can, so, okay.
some grimy freaking community center.
Okay, so I get what you're saying. So let's clean it up. Let's say you would more look at them as underground, and we would maybe go to HMV at the bottom of Yonge Street to see them. Is the kind of a thing you're saying? You categorize them there.
I mean, not even HMV. Like, they were, like,
God.
not HMV basement.
I'm
That's
just
commercial,
saying.
like HMV.
No,
is
I'm
commercial record
saying
store.
there's a space down in HMV that is more, when we used to buy the records, that they've now made into a little spot. You're like, no.
To me, they're concert hall, they're party center, they're like community centers, they're street corner, they're like
Street corner, not the street corner. Okay.
That's what they are.
No, okay, I am just.
And that's nothing against them.
No, and let me tell you, I don't even take it that way. I think that we all have preference. Like, Wu-Tang is my top 5, but for you it isn't. So at the end of the day, you're gonna have different loves of genres or specific bands, but we'll talk about it some more.
Yeah.
Please don't forget to follow Hip Hop Festival and Down to Earth Podcast. Also, we have the extraordinaire, I'm so sorry, DJX. Don't forget to follow him. He's ADREIN King on Instagram. So let's jump right back into the questions. What is one of your favorite genres?
Of music?
Yes. Or if you have a couple,
I'm gonna disappoint people, but this is what I like pop. Believe it or not.
Why do you think that's a disappointment?
Because of what I come from, like
No.
underground hip hop, people expect.
No, but you have to remember too, we're about the same age. If we're in high school, we would have started listening to that and looking back at our own family's music and be like, we don't want to be a part of that.
Like, I just want to hear hits.
So you have to, and I think too, living in Toronto, it allows you the exposure of different genres. Yeah. So that's great. Listen, pop, you already know music. We invent. We are the creators. Yeah. So all of that is coming through us. It's just being, reduced or changed up, and it's fitting the crowd. So for you to like pop, that's, it's okay. Do you have another genre? Do you like?
I was gonna say, I like hits. I like music that's inclusive. Music's a weird thing, right? Like, I like music that really brings everybody together. Like, when I'm DJing, I want the young person and the old person to enjoy it. I want the black person and the white person. Like, I want everybody to enjoy the music along with me. And so that's the reason I like pop. My background is hip hop, and I'm very influenced by that. So if a pop song or any other genre or whatever has that essence to it, I'm gonna be drawn to that for sure.
So you wouldn't even mind doing fusions and things like that.
So hip hop and pop are neck and neck for me, but because I love music so much, like, especially as I got older, like, when I was younger, I had blinders on, especially in the 90s, like, was just fucking hip hop. Right. I think we're all under that. Especially the 90s. Yes. The 80s, I was more open.
Yes.
The 90s, I got fucking narrow, and then it went like this.
I think we all kind of went through that because the 90s, it was so impacting, and you have to think about it, that time, we took over the world. Hip hop was global. It was not based out of New York, based out of Toronto, based out of LA, based out of Atlanta. It was worldwide, and it just kept growing. So you're right. I feel like I'm there with you.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I'm like, oh yeah, this song is good, or this pop song is good, and I forgot about it.
I like a good reggae song too, but like
the dance hall or the lovers?
Hall, the other stuff.
Me too.
Like the more traditional stuff.
Yeah, me too. Me too. The Lovers Rock for me is wonderful. And I'm sad that there's not more reggae artists. Even if you're a dancehall artist, I think you could come out and pivot and do a Lovers Rock song or collaborate with somebody.
Oh, for sure.
And
I mean, Sean Paul proved that.
Right. Yeah. And they didn't even, they looked at Sean Paul as not being reggae. You know what I mean? And he had to fight. I watched something about him as well. Same with Shaggy. So I mean, of course, the industry and who runs it is going to determine certain things. And if they don't look like us or even know what culture truly is, then you're right. They're going to get pigeonholed, or we got pigeonholed because it globally took us. The amount of parties I would go to, and I was going back and forth to New York. You're right. I didn't hear not even a soca song. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I love my soca. So speaking about collaborations, is there somebody now or maybe in the past that you would like to collaborate with right now?
Pharrell.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Pharrell, okay? So were you one of these kids that when you used to get your CD or your cassette tape, did you read, what do they call that? The paperwork?
Liner notes?
So the liner notes or the intro, I don't know what it, so I would read.
Artwork.
Well, the art, it was part of the artwork, but I actually read. Cause they had monologues, interludes, all of that. And then this is from the artist themselves. So Nori's album.
Yeah. I love him.
Man,
as a person, I mean, I like some of his music. I like his podcast, but I just like him.
As a person, I think too, Nori.
I would love to hang out with
Nori's career would have stalled if he didn't pivot.
Yeah.
I feel like you're right. There's certain artists, no disrespect, Nori. None. But I feel like you're one of those artists. I'm glad that you did that because this Drink Champs is what we need.
Bangers, though.
Yeah, and he does. And
bangers.
he does. Like so my point, let me go back to the story. My point was, I buy the Nori album. I'm sorry, Nori, I can't remember the album. I think now they had split, him and Capone, thank you. They had split now. And he comes out with an album. You know who produced it, right? Neptunes. And when I tell you this album was, I'm sorry, I can't remember the album name. When I say fire, that's what I took out the paperwork to see who the hell was this producer. It's Neptunes. Fast forward 10 years, they're grinding. Then 15 years now later, and they're popping all over the place. So I can only think about the Nori album, and I'm like, yo, I like Neptunes. So Pharrell he is definitely his mind and his eccentricity and how he flexes. He really is super talented. He hears things that me and you don't hear. Do you know what I mean? So that would be, yeah.
He's so many other things too.
Absolutely. I know that, but I feel like
not even just the music.
But I know, I feel like for me to be super influenced when I bought that Nori album and say, oh my God, these people are amazing. It's no different than like when I bought the Lil' Kim album. And if you read the actual paperwork in the CD, you would know she had an abortion for Biggie and she talks about it. You know what I mean? So to me, to read that and then you sit here and you're like, Pharrell, that is, an amazing, if you were to get the opportunity. Anybody else that you would think you would want to collaborate? Let's do Canadian. Shout out to the Canadians.
Cardinal, because I haven't worked with him musically. Like I haven't produced for him. He's kind of one of the ones that got away from me that I actually really respect.
Yeah, me too.
And wish I worked with. Yeah.
My favorite Socrates because he can rap, he sings, and he plays like 10, like he's multifaceted, multi-talented, and I'm sorry. The role we were on, I think for Toronto's hip hop was maybe the late 90s, early 2000s. I kind of wish that would have kept going because we have so many talented, producers, rappers, DJs, But then to have, as I said, the collaboration with you guys, I think that would have been such a wonderful thing. Are you and Cardi cool? You guys are friends. So you know a lot of people in the business, whether it's working through your own DJ set, your own producing, and or just passing each other. Is there any?
I feel like I know everyone.
Yeah,
It feels like that.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I feel like too. It's Toronto. The Caribbean community is very tight knit, and then the hip hop community can even be much more tight knit. So that you really, and if you have to work with everybody, you gotta be in a space that's good. That it allows the doors to open so that you can continue to work. Is there? So you said Cardi. Is there somebody internationally that you would like to work with? So not the United States, Canada. So Pharrell coming from Europe and Caribbean.
No, like for sure.
Yeah.
Somebody else. I mean, after him, it's like a sea of people.
Right.
It's a million people that I would want to work with. Does anybody like really stand out? Well, probably Drake, to be honest with you. Drake. Yeah, I would.
So you've seen what he did to promote his album.
Oh yeah, I went down to see.
Okay, so yeah, you know what? I saw on TV, but since you went, what was that about?
What do you mean?
What did he do? What was that ice about? Did you go into that?
It's a gimmick to promote the album release.
Okay. So, because I heard they melted it down because
he hid the release date inside the ice.
Oh, okay.
That's how you found out when the album was coming.
Okay, like I said,
You knew it was coming out in May, but I didn't.
Okay, yeah, like I said, some things you can't watch or capture everything.
Yeah.
So that's why I said if you went down there, I was just trying to figure out what it was. Yeah. Well, apparently,
it's really fucking.
Yeah. Well, listen,
Because we got all the news outlets and people
writing about it. Because how high was it? It was like 2 stories high.
My whole entire Instagram feed for the last 3 days or whatever is just all the ice blocks.
Phase 2 is the Viva Cup.
Yeah.
That's phase 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's going to be doing something for Viva.
Perform.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, well, good for him. You know what I mean? At least he come back to Toronto. I love Drake myself. I just wish he would do a little bit more for us as Torontonians. Like
He's done a lot.
No. I'm not talking the can't even say the word.
I won't think about it.
Philanthropy. I'm not talking about that. I mean, like, just giving back to his music in regards to whether it's concerts or whatever.
He's done that too.
I want him to give more. I want him to give more.
He can.
Why?
I think he's done more than we've ever seen from any.
That's true.
But I mean, it's kind of not fair because he had the means. But
right,
go back to his concerts. I can't remember what they're called.
OVO
Fest.
Yep.
He did a concert at History where he brought all of the people that influenced him throughout his career. So like the Chaoses and the Ghetto Concept, like all those people were all there.
Oh wow.
Cardi, Sean Desmond happened to be there too. So he's done stuff like that. I mean, he has created careers for countless people around him. Like, I mean, he's like not even just Toronto. He's worked with every up and coming artist. Like, think about all the he's done so fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this whole
so much you can do.
I feel like this whole the diss track between him and Kendrick.
He stayed in the city.
First of all, it was. You know what? Me and you are used to a certain type of battle. Mm-hmm. And I feel now that if they're going to do that, they're taking things a little too far.
I hated that battle.
Me too. I did not like it.
But I hated it not for the battle because the battle's part of the
right, and I love that.
I love that. But one of the things that really deeply bothered me is that battle turned racial.
Yes.
And it divided us.
Yes.
And
that part.
That just was
not what bothered me. What bothered me is the suing part.
Yeah, and him suing.
In history and hip hop, no one does that.
But you know what? As you said, he has the means. And I feel like there's a deeper part about him suing that has to deal with the music industry and the numbers and how that works and how, there's many places in a boardroom where they may choose one person over the other and do some shiesty-ish. I mean, look at Gucci Mane. People are now online and like, they're like, oh, he's a rat. So he's supposed to dead for y'all? The people them were doing all kind of stupidness to him. And he is supposed to, he has a wife, he has children, you know, and they were even disrespecting the wife, calling her a handler. No, I would do that if my man had again, thinking the word mental health illness, I would actually help him out. You know what I mean? And those things, he's supposed to be dead so that us as the audience can be like, yeah, he didn't snitch. He's a grown man. It's a lot of garbage that's going on. But we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
I'm here speaking to DJX, and we got into boy bands, basically, and Wu-Tang, and him not really liking Wu-Tang, giving them a chance, and he has his own opinions. But
I should say, though, I respect them.
That's what I was going to ask you.
It's like I said earlier, like, I know what they mean.
Right.
I went to their concert last year.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I said earlier that I hate them. Like, let's, you know, take that with a grain of salt.
Right. It's not your favorite band.
It's not my thing.
Right. That's okay.
I respect them. I honored them, like, as a DJ when I was on the radio for years. I played the shit out of their records.
Right.
I know what they mean to the culture.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
Is it really my taste? No, it's not what I drive around listening to.
No, and you know what? Even as a DJ, you probably have more cruxes against certain songs because the way you play music so much. Me and my producer, you know, if we're not listening to the radio or going to a party, outside of what people are playing, we don't hear everything. So you're right. But I'll ask you this about Wu-Tang. Do you think that their money-making abilities and the way they have, structured themselves, that they not only make money as a whole group, but they have really, they really found, and I'm trying to think of a word here where, they found cohesion, for lack of a better word, that they were able to, step out from the group and then, make their own money. Do you respect that about them and how they've moved in the industry? Especially, we know this industry musically wise. I mean, how fickle it can be, how things are provided to us based on whether it's a radio station or even a record company or something or anything, or people that are just pushing this narrative. Like, I like the fact that they really took the time to expand and they all make money individually, but can come back as this great group band and come back. Do you respect that about them? Be honest. It's okay, man.
Yes. But it's messy. They're messy in many ways. I think that it's a few select people that have driven the brand.
Yes.
And really made the difference.
Yes.
I think others have benefited off of that. Some of the others have held them back in many ways too, and not helped along the way.
Right.
I think some people are just naturally talented. Like I like, even though
you don't listen,
is not my favorite person. Like, I think he's like deserves respect.
Right.
Because he's had longevity. He's talented, and he has good business ethics. And you can see that he's matured too. Like, when you look to all of them, like, you can see Method Man has matured along the way, and that's probably one of the reasons why is where he is.
Absolutely. You got to know you really have to. The thing is, when you work with people and you pour into each other, you also have to listen to people. Yeah. Because listening and working with people are two different things. Because you're right. You have to listen to people that say, we want you to act. And you might be like, no, as you say, I'm Method Man. I come from Wu-Tang. I should only be at concert hall. He opened up himself to say, okay, I can do acting. I recently saw that, I guess this is something new. Speaking about Method Man, he loves photography. And he did, he actually went to the NFL. I think it was Super Bowl. And he took his camera, one of them big, long, cameras, and took pictures. And he talked about it being one of his, what is it when they call it a bucket? I can't remember. one of the things you want, your bucket list.
life, yeah,
yes, your bucket list. I couldn't think of it. And I was like, you're right. So you even saying that, I think in the culture, we see that too, where you're right. Maybe you, God, as though he was okay, he's benefiting, but not to the extent. I just like, as you said, their business acumen, that even if they do things singular, they can still come back as a group. And, you know, at the end of the day, you want to make some money because your longevity, as you mentioned earlier too, we know there's certain rappers out there that should be still in the game and should have the longevity. But if you don't pivot or move business good, you don't move in the business good or listen or understand things, you're going to be stuck. But again, people, I am shocked about the Wu-Tang.
The other thing is I should color everything I said with, you know, the fact that I am not the biggest fan, and it's not even, I don't even know if it's right for me to speak on their business, because I wasn't really paying attention to them like that, you know?
No, but at the end of the day, I don't think you saying that you don't like them as a group and then seeing things because you're in the industry, you have the experience, you may see things deeper than I would. Do you know what I mean? Because you know how that back end moves. I'm coming in now and like, I'm seeing certain things. I'm like, not for me. And I leave like that's how it is for me. But I can see that, you know, and you're right. Imagine the three of us having to always work together. Things change. People change. They don't want to do stuff anymore. But I respect that, you know, that at least you like, okay, I don't like them musically, but you can look at them and be like, that business acumen has brought them global.
It's funny because I saw Method Man the other day on like Instagram complaining actually, because some promoters had booked Wu-Tang
I saw that
in like some other part of the world, and it conflicted with his schedule. And I guess maybe they went ahead with the show, and the promoters were promoting the fact that everybody was going to be there, but everybody's not going to be there. And he was talking about all this.
Yes.
And so that's why I say like some of it's messy, you know? Like,
So. And because he was saying, I watched it, he was like, me and RZA didn't talk. Yes. I was like, okay. But I mean, he also, to just say this about himself too, is that even when before the last tour, the last one, last year, he had mentioned that sometimes he may not be in certain cities because of, you're right, his own, you know, business he's going on. But the nice thing is, the greatest thing with Toronto, and you know this, we film a lot of movies in Toronto. Because when he showed up, if you notice, everybody was like in their gear, and he showed up.
Yeah, in his like golf shirt.
And shorts. So you knew, like me and you are gonna, I knew he was coming from a set.
Yeah.
I knew he didn't have, like he looked like Will Smith. Okay. And then all of them have their gear on and Wu-Tang. Yeah. And then he shows up in his shorts and his golf. But I knew that you know what? We got lucky. Yeah. And I say this because he happened to be in Toronto filming, and it's probably for like Power or whatever he's working on. It's no different than I went to, I think it was Mary J. Blige last year or the year before. He was here again, and they did their song. He rolled out, I lost my mind, because you're paying for Mary and then you get to see Method. Sure. And then my friend works at, I think it's Scotiabank. So he's like one of the ushers, and he came over and he's like, yo, Method's coming out. And I was like, so I was with like 10 people. Method's coming, man. So everybody's like, how do you know? I said, I know. You know, I was happy to give the information. And then when he came out, I was like, okay, again, but I already knew he came out the same way. Again, not suited for the concert. Yeah. You could tell he left the set and came over. But again, you got an experience. And that's good that I appreciate the fact that you know the business. You don't always like certain music, but you still give them a chance. And that's it.
I was always like that.
And you respect them, right? And that's it. Yeah. You had mentioned one more other person that you didn't, too tough, you weren't too keen on. Who was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you mentioned two. Okay, it's okay. Yeah. So let's talk about one thing I want to ask you. I ask all my guests, and it can be good, bad, indifferent, personal, anything you want to talk about. Tell the audience something about DJX that nobody knows.
With my hip hop spirit, I will say that I will battle anybody making lasagna almost anywhere. I don't give a fuck where you are.
So hip hop music's playing in the background, and we are making lasagna.
Yeah, I love to cook.
Oh, you do?
It'd be like the best thing that I make, and like people, like all my peeps from everywhere, like
Can you make me some?
They just book things in my calendar and come.
Yeah,
like, and they're like, I need that.
I'm famous for mac pie.
Yeah.
So everywhere I go, yes, they like if I go to a party, Ness, can you please make us mac pie? Not a problem.
But I've been out, and I mean, yeah, I'm gonna brag. Like I've eaten a lot of lasagna in my day, and like
you got it down packed.
I can't, like, you can't fuck with me.
Okay, so I can't eat cheese, but now I want a piece of his lasagna. Let me just tell you, just a little thin slice so I could get a little taste. But that's great that you are a cook, and do you cook like full meals, different meals, things like that,
Yeah,
or is lasagna your special?
No, that's like my staple thing. I've been cooking it for over 30 years. Like,
comfort food
since like the late 80s.
Yeah, me too.
I was taught by an Italian woman who just passed.
Oh, may she rest in peace. Thank you for the lasagna recipe.
And yeah, I've carried that through. But yeah, I'm very adventurous cooking. I do make all the dinners for my family.
Oh, you're the cook in the house.
Yeah, and we entertain a lot. We have a lot of dinner parties and stuff.
So, can I come over for some lasagna?
Absolutely.
Yes, I will make. No, if you serious,
yeah.
Because
the only thing is, like,
I'm
Trini. Have to be different nights because those two things don't go together.
Yes, they do.
No, that's carb overload. But you know what? I don't really want people, like, I don't want.
You just want us to come.
My lasagna to be contaminated. Like
he only wants his lasagna.
My lasagna. Fuck that.
Yeah, I understand. Like, listen to me. When I see people take my mac pie that has not Kraft Dinner in it, real cheese, and put ketchup on it,
yeah.
I want to.
Oh shit!
I want to choke you. I took the time to shred the cheese, get real cheese, and you gonna put ketchup on it? No. So I completely understand. I will hold you to that lasagna. Maybe one day we'll hook up. And if I ever have mac pie, I will absolutely give it to you.
I love it.